Hello, Monsters about here, and welcome back to Total War Warhammer 3 and part 21 of my Kugath campaign, where we're now meandering around the Realm of Khorne, because it's not the Realm of Zinch. That's basically the entire reason. And we're beating up some squigs and some hydras and some karnas, basically big monsters. There's a lot of big monsters in this big monstrous pile. Of course, there's a bunch of rogue armies wandering the Realm of Khorne that you beat up, and once you've beaten them up, you can then head in to give Khorne a good old time. Ooh, I think we may have killed one of our own rotflies. Never mind. Plenty more rotflies. Where that came from. It's very spiky here, isn't it? I mean, that's not a safety handrail. It's going to help with 3 points of contact, is it? Eh? Rubbish. There's lots of squigs. The squigs are not really a problem. It's the hydras and the carnosaurs. Now, the hydras, of course, are pretty killy anyway. And they've also got that fire breath, which is quite nasty. Got Magma Storm available, which is the Cataclysm spell for the for fire magic. And there it goes. It's going to light them up. A big old blast spell, which does a lot of damage. Now, I should have engaged these war hydras long before they got into this range, because they're about to set me on fire. Ow. 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 That was unpleasant. Talking of unpleasant things, it sounds like we're getting a double pooping. I bet the animators had fun with that. Now, of course, Nurgle doesn't really have any anti-large units. Not that that's a massive problem, considering the stats on our units are ludicrously good. You know, just because a unit is anti-large doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be particularly good against a Hydra. You know, take Peasant Spearmen, for example. They are not going to do particularly well against the Hydra, are they? They may be anti-large. They may do better against a large unit than, say, a Peasant Swordsman. But they're still going to struggle against the Hydra. It's a big old melee here. It's all kicking off. We've got the death magic. It's basically a AoE Fate of Buna, which does quite a lot of damage, mostly to infantry. Single entity monsters are going to take a little bit of damage, but it's not that effective against them. You can see a lot of these large monsters now out of control, not having a good time, being mosh-pitted by our infantry, and rotflies, and great unclean ones, and, well, you get the idea. The only slight problem is that maybe we've managed to take out a couple. This one over here, for example, with Rancid Visitations. It's going to drop dead. Spirit Leech as well. Boop, down he goes. And while we've managed to rout some, we haven't managed to kill many of them, which means there may be a follow-up battle to mop this up, which is not really ideal, but needs must, I guess. So the important thing is that we won, and that's one less army that we have to deal with. And one step closer to getting Khorne, getting that demon soul that we so desperately need. All that kind of good stuff. Okay, well, we didn't actually kill many of them, which is kind of a problem. Let's take the money. However, I mean, look at this. We are well on our way, and we've got a standard seeping decay as well. Oh, those guys are actually killed. Oh, alright, they're dead. Good. Now, what do I want weapon-wise? I definitely do want to grab one. I kind of do like this one, because I like doing damage to everyone around me, but it's not on the way. Okay, let's just head. Oh, I didn't want to go that way. I wanted to go this way. You dozy monkey. Never mind. Alright, well, won't worry about that now. Okay, who else? Andrew, where are you? You know what I might do? I might get that weapon. I might get that chain blade and give it to Andrew just for funsies. Just for a giggle. I reckon we can probably retake this. Now, where is this Khorne corruption coming from? Oh, the rift, of course. Of course. Now, Phaedrian's back, and there's no attack heading in this. For once, Frozen Landing is, like, not under threat. They might be heading for Kislev. They might be trying to retake. Do I do this? I mean, I can't see any other armies here.
Pulverize them.
I'm gonna go for it. Alright, not quite what I wanted, but fine. This doesn't give me any... Oh, it doesn't really matter. I think these guys are all scared of me. I mean, I don't blame them. I am pretty scary. Andrew is a scary boy. Let's do something like that. I mean, the orcs haven't been back for a while, which is making me somewhat nervous. Obviously, Ungrim's down here as well, which is also a slight concern. But once we've got some more cash, I'll recruit another army. You should be fine. And there's a Nurgle rift there, which I do kind of want to do something about. What do you do? Why did I save you? Are you just a... Okay, maybe I was just testing why I could save things. Okay, good. Well, you can just go and assault people, basically, I think, is what I'm going to do with you. I'm not going to worry too much about that. I suspect Kislev may be coming back to retake Kislev. Oh shit, yes. Yes, that seems like what they're doing. They're amassing. Oh, they're amassing. Another little confederation there. Andrew receives a plague. Lucky boy. Yeah, looks like they've buggered off. Looks like they've buggered off. Alright, what we'll do then...
Follow grandfather's orders.
Is we will sit... Why you take... What... Okay, you've got the wrong plague. You've got the wrong plague. You need that one. That's the problem with plagues. Catching the wrong things. Okay, you come this way. And while we're in camp stance, we get additional melee defense, which is obviously something we desperately need. There's a couple. So if we kill these guys... Ugh. Alright, if we kill these guys, I mean, that's... Ugh. That's fine. We'll kill them, and by that point we should have enough oomph power to then go and beat up Khorne. Whatever Khorne has for help. What would Khorne have for help? Like a barber? Would he have a barber? Doesn't sound right. Okay, let's get more growth there. We don't have much money, but we don't need it. Yeah, that... Yeah, they look like they're not super... Kislev does not look super chill. They do not look super chill. You still got the Black Plague? You do. Good. You also have the Black Plague. I could actually recruit... I could recruit another boy here. Alright, well, I'm glad they're coming to attack me, because that saves me doing it for them. More monsters to deal with. This time, Hell Abominations, Rat Ogres, Chaos Spawn, got some Razor Gore herds, a whole bunch of stuff to deal with. as well as Cygors. And Cygors, well, they can be mean. So we kind of like split our army into two formations. One on the top of this plateau and one down here. Fortunately, the Cygors seem to be concentrating all of their fire on Kugath, who doesn't really care about getting twatted in the face with a boulder. So far, so good. I don't think anything in this army is really cause for concern. I mean, the Exalted Plague Bearers, their stats are just ludicrous. Those Rat Ogres charging in and then running away. Understandably. Over here we've got a bit of a mosh pit as the Rotflies engage the Cygors, trying to keep them busy so they're not chucking rocks at my face. Because although Kugath doesn't care about it, I don't want them to throw them at the Plague Bearers where they do a lot of damage. More Cygors busy with Rotflies. Rotflies are really good for running interference with ranged units. They may be a flying unit, but they're very, very tanky. Normally you expect flying units to be pretty fragile, but the Rotflies, they're not fragile. They are super duper tanky. I mean, they've got a lot of health and a lot of armor, or reasonable armor. Pretty good melee defense. You know, they'll stay in a fight for a good long while. Especially good dealing with those missile units, giving your infantry time to arrive and mop up. You know, these guys have been dealing with these for a little while, completely by themselves, and they're absolutely fine. Aretha Franklin and Adele finally arriving to help out. Soul Grinders of all types are just very, very strong. You know, these guys are artillery, and yet more than happy punching people in the face as well. 70 melee attack, 66. It's just it's insane. Don't let him kick you like that. Get him. Come on, Aretha Franklin. Hit him. Hit him. Oh well, never mind. Looks like we've won anyway. It's one more army down. One step closer to Khorne. Excellent. Let's take the money. I think we're going to lose Kislev. I think they're all coming back. It looks like they're definitely on the way back. Andrew gets more weapon strength. Okay, and Kugath gets the Taint of Khorne. It's a lot of stuff heading this way.
No higher power than I.
Like a lot of stuff. I could potentially recruit an army to help defend it. Problem is we won't be able to recruit any units because they're also expensive. So that's that idea out.
Father Nurgle.
Well, we weren't spotted, but it looks like they've run away. I'm a little bit like, obviously, we're going to have Ungrim heading in from... Unless he's at war with some... Oh, he is at war with these guys, so maybe they're butting heads now? I mean, that would be nice. And what's going on over here? It looks like maybe... I mean, if all of their armies are away, then the Rifts will just send out stacks to wipe everything out. So, how many armies does Kislev have, just out of interest? So there's like one there, so that's like 3-ish, 3.5. There's another sort of stack there. Alright, okay. Well, we might lose Kislev, but I wasn't that invested in keeping it. We're almost there. I am going to head over here because I want the chainsword. Also, it seems like no one else is in the rift, so that's good. Oh, I don't like that. However, we can beat that They'll probably throw themselves at us. We can kill them. We can get the... Oh, can we not get that one then? Because there's no... Oh, maybe someone else has it. Oh, I wonder if someone else has picked it up and they've still got it because they haven't come back into the realms. Oh. Oh. If they've got the weapon, I bet you can't have two.
No higher power than I.
It's like a library. You book it out and then you take it back when you go back into the Chaos Realms. Yeah. I mean, I could spend more. I don't know if I can spend the time. Is it a problem? I don't know. Well, let's... Let's give Kislev that plague, and then hopefully that'll spread to other places. That's what we'll do. Alright. Okay, that's what we'll do. And we'll also take this. I would have expected Karak Ungor to look a bit more dwarfy. Oh well. I'm not that invested. Anyway, right, so we're attacking on pretty much every front here. This looks like it's using this Skaven Undercity map thingy. Looks like. Seems fairly similar anyway. So we've got Exalted Bloodletters and Plaguebearers of Nurgle advancing up here. More over here. We've got the Fleshhounds coming in from behind. We've got more Plaguebearers pushing up here, backed up by Andrew in the centre. We need to take out that little Grom over here. More Plaguebearers backed up by Slurm Mackenzie. And then we have the Plague Spawn of Nurgle coming around off along this bridge. They'll then head down and join up at this location, the Minus Light location, which has most of the towers and barricades for the settlement on it. So we can take that one. We've basically won the battle anyway. Forsaken engaging those armoured Kossars. Taking them out. Plaguebearers heading them off before they can get away. A lot of enemy cavalry has charged in and engaged this little blob of infantry. So we need to cut our way through them first. There's a little Grom that seems to be shooting Andrew mostly. They're just chucking cannonballs at him. It's just kind of tickling him and kind of annoying him. So he's pulling back towards the centre. The Spawn of Nurgle charging towards the Ice Guards with glaives. And, ooh, that's a lot of damage. Also slowing them down quite a lot. They got Frostbite. And also cannon fire coming in from the flank there. It's doing quite a lot of damage, but it is also drawing fire away from the rest of our units. You can see Andrew mopping up the little Grom there. The little Grom is very tanky, but not when you hit it with the Great Unclean One. Over here, the Exalted Bloodletters, Fleshhounds, and Plaguebearers are mopping up. Light War Sleds trying to escape the encirclement there and managing to get away, but only barely. Nah, barely, because the bears... You get it. As Exalted Bloodletters just tearing through the armoured Kossars. The Exalted Bloodletters here not doing as well. They're struggling a little bit. I think it's mostly the Snow Leopard and the enemy general, plus being shot in the back probably doesn't help. Kind of need some unit to go and deal with that. Andrew's dealt with a little Grom and he's now moving up to help out the Spawn of Nurgle. He's going to debuff those Ice Guards so they have no melee defense. And then it's just a case of mopping up. Little knots of armoured Kossars being slowly pulled down. The Zargard, slightly tougher nut to crack, which is why we've got some of our Chaos Spawn moving in from the back. And the armoured Kossars now trying to get away. The enemy cavalry has finally succumbed. And our infantry now flooding into the settlement and taking on that little Grom over there as well. And over here, the Exalted Bloodletters close down to 21 members of the unit only left, which is a little bit closer than I would have liked, but they seem pretty chipper about it. We've taken this victory location and mopped up all of the Kislevite forces here, and this victory location is about to fall as well, and most of the towers will go with that. And there we go. Kislev forces now using their buff to remain in the fight, but that'll only last 30 seconds. And it just gives me time to kill more of them. A little bit close there with Exalted Bloodletters, but otherwise... And plus will be healed in like 2 turns. So let's do something like that for you. And we'll give you more gate power. Let's pair that. I mean, we do potentially have enough money to get some more units. Like, I don't know how well it would do, but... I mean, not many. They're pretty... Alright, let's get you. Hop in there. And I'm going to just... Oop, that was not what I wanted to do. If I do something like that... I probably don't have a turn. So what I'll do is I'll merge you guys and then get rid of you. Because we've got 10 more Nurglings in there, which may help us hold on until Kugath gets done. Maybe. I don't think I've got time to get a weapon, unfortunately. I hadn't realised that you couldn't. So obviously, other factions have got these. Who would have them? So the Exiles of Khorne, the Ice Court, and the Seducers of Slaanesh have all been into the Realm of Khorne. We know that for sure. Where is Nakari? Do we know him? Hello.
Beings of great power like us can only be fueled by it.
Uh-huh. Okay, good. Right.
The boss.
We know where's Scarbrand? He's meandering around, isn't he? He's around here somewhere. Is that him? No. You? Nope. Well, I guess as long as he's not heading towards me, that's not the worst thing. Oh shit, I need to deal with that, don't I? Alright, you need to go and deal with that before something nasty pops out. I think we're good everywhere else. I might get rid of you. It feels like maybe the rift... It seems like the rifts are getting nastier as time goes on. Oh, you've taken this. I mean, we may actually be able to just keep you chill. And that protects that border. And I don't have to worry about it. I mean, living the dream or what? Still, now we're on... Andrew's almost into Kislev. He's come through the mountains. There's still dwarves down here. But these rifts are opening up, and there's a lot of ruins here. I'm wondering if maybe that's what happened here. Maybe the demons just went, like, the Skaven had nothing and just got wiped out. I mean, this is... The Mountains of Morn are wrecked. And my guess is it's probably demonic armies spawning out of the rifts, and the ogres are elsewhere. And so they're just leaving ruins behind. So it could be that actually... Skaven do not seem to be doing very well for themselves, do they? I mean, you must have actually... Because you'll have your base income, but you've got nothing. You don't have any armies. You're not even recruiting. Are you recruiting? Strength rank 41. How many are... I mean... You've got nothing. You can't have anything. I can see what you've got. And you have nothing, mate. Which is a bit of a concern. You should be recruiting something. You're not passive. Oh well. Right, assault. As long as everyone's got plague. Talking of plague, more plague. Right, we'll have to come back and close this rift. But that will give us money, so that's not a bad thing. And it does look like the demons are actually on the move.
Until I decide otherwise.
Hey guys, you're looking a little bit surrounded, and I do not want a defensive alliance with you. Nope, not for me, thank you very much. Ah, I did think you'd attack. This is quite a tough looking army. Saurus infantry, who are, you know, pretty killy. And then you've got dragon ogres. Aplenty. I mean, that's quite nasty. Charging through the trees towards us. And that's quite a lot of dragon ogre shaggoths. I won't lie. Taking a big chunk out of Stitch. And doing quite a lot of damage, actually. He's taking quite a beating. Oof. Gonna need some help there. Yeah, the forest is a bit of a battleground. We've also got Dragon Ogre Shaggoths trying to flank around us, and then Dragon Ogres charging towards Kugath. Taking a little bit of fire there as they advance up the hill. In the trees, Stitch ain't doing so good. There's a lot of... Well, there's two Dragon Ogre Shaggoths currently attacking him. Fortunately, we can heal him up. He's got a healing potion as well he can use. And now the Exalted Plague Bearer is moving in to back up the attack. Those Dragon Ogres are no slouch. And then backed up by the Saurus on top of that. It's quite nasty. I'm not worried, but it's still quite nasty. The Rot Flies coming in from the back. Going to get a nice little surround here. Kugath holding the line with his prodigious bulk. He doesn't care, he's alright. He's got massive health pool. See Aretha Franklin helping out, knocking out that infantry. And this is where the main problem is, though, because there's a lot of Dragon Ogre Shaggoths in this blob. Time and Muck, which is the light school of magic cataclysm spell, which is a massive buff to melee attack, reload skill, and speed. It's going to give us... I mean, yeah, Exalted Plague Bearers currently have 82 melee attack. It's going to do very well against all this big infantry and monstrous units. I mean, one would hope, anyway. It's just a lot of Saurus there. So many Saurus. Big old reptile boys. Oh, there goes our summoned Great Unclean One. Looks like we do have the upper hand, though. Just barely. Although Weird Al Stankovic right in the centre, fortunately does have that nasty AoE effect he can use, which will damage everyone around him. Looks like most of the Saurus are dead and running. The Rotflies have got a lovely little surround here, stopping those Dragon Ogres from retreating. Dragon Ogre Shaggoths fleeing off into the distance there, having had a real pasting. And Stitch is fine, don't worry about him. He'll heal up. They all do. It's a big smashy army, but dealt with all the same. I'm going to take the cash. You can always use money. Yes, we are under siege.
I died before betraying.
However, they are plagued. And Kislev is going to be a tough nut for him to crack. Okay, we've got what we need. The World's Edge Mountains is about to rebel. Ungrim's over there as well. That might actually work out for us. Oh. And there's a Khorne army popped out of the rift just in time for us to come over there and bop them. Okay, can we reach the Brass Citadel in one turn? I think we can. So we're going to go for it, because the sooner we do this, the sooner we can pop out and relieve Kislev. Oh, don't tell me we're... I swear to God. Plus these guys are going to attack us now, aren't they? That's really annoying. Is this going to... This does nothing for us, does it? Okay. Just like one... Come on! Alright, never mind. We'll start off by dealing with these, then we'll need to rush over here and deal with Ungrim, as is tradition. But with any luck, we should actually... Because Kastalton isn't going to attack Kislev right away, because that's only one army. It's a major settlement. It has walls and defences. There's no way in hell that one army is going to do that, especially when it's played. They're going to have to bring multiple stacks in to assist. And once Kugath pops out, Kislev's in a lot of trouble. But that is going to have to wait until next time. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.